Hi, I'm Carl Aylen. I'm British and a former design engineer and professor. I taught in the Department of Architecture and Fine Art at Cambridge University. Today I live in Panama, far away from the British weather and the trials of Brexit. Earlier, while a senior executive working in South Africa, I saw firsthand how apartheid abused human rights. I was caught up in the 1970 race riots and became an active participant in the anti-apartheid resistance movement in that country during the 1970s. Today I use art to promote debate on issues related to human rights. My art falls in the space between abstraction and reality. I employ realism to the minimum necessary consistent with communicating my message on human rights. My entry in the Posters for Protected People competition, coordinated by the Forum on International Humanitarian Law, was recently awarded an honourable mention. When I heard about Hannah Arendt's observations of how ordinary Adolf Eichmann appeared during his trial, I knew I just had to enter the Banality of Evil competition. Could many of history's greatest evils have been done by ordinary people who perceive their actions as normal? Could people do evil without being evil? Could thoughtlessness be an explanation? Could a seemingly innocuous decision of poor Eichmann, for example, into contact with Hitler, could everything that followed have been inevitable? Could I use art to put forward some useful thoughts? My entry, Evil Within, exemplifies banality through two banal-looking figures. The egg at the bottom represents the moment of choice. The butterflies represent the butterfly effect, where tiny events can lead to big consequences. Depending on the choice made, the individual is drawn onto a path towards either good or bad. When on the path towards good, the individual's freedom of choice remains unrestricted. When on the path towards evil, however, the individual's freedom of choice becomes restricted. They become bound to their original choice, even as they become increasingly aware that it's leading them towards evil. This binding effect is exemplified in the drawing by barbed wire. In truth, they are an ordinary person, but one who has become bound up in an extraordinary situation. Could this binding effect explain why apparently ordinary people sometimes do things that are evil? It's my hope that the perspective raised in my entry will contribute to lasting and serious debate. I would like to wish the project organisers and all the other artists great success.